Involved really heavily this year since Wendy and Jesse were asked to be co-chairman. I'm trying to get teams involved and sponsors. I've talked to a few people, and if they're at this meeting watching the tape, I just want them to know how important this is to everybody, really. Not just to my family, but it could happen to any one of our families out there. They're coming up with new medicine all the time, and the only way they can do that is by the relay and different other organizations giving them money. I don't think I really knew exactly how important it was till this happened. And Jesse and I have talked, our whole family has talked, that things happen for a reason. And if this will open other people's eyes, maybe this is why it happened. But there are new things. A lot of the drugs that they've given Jess, as they're new. They're brand new, and I think one of them they're giving him this time is to help him with his nausea, and the doctor said it was brand new, and it's only because people are donating money, and that's the only way they can do it. And hopefully someday we'll get rid of this horrible disease.
I'm Elisa Mullins. I'm a second-year fellow, which is a physician in training here at the University of Michigan. One of the biggest things I'd like to tell everybody is that research is really, really important, particularly in the field of oncology and pediatric oncology. 50 years ago, there were some diagnoses in cancer that were universally fatal that now we have cure rates as high as 90%. So the research behind that and the money that's been raised to fund that research is very, very important. And it's important for kids like Jesse that we all love and know. And there's kids out there that everyone probably knows that has benefited from this research. So keep up the good work.
And all the kids and adults can live to, see their grandkids go up, and the kids can run outside and be happy, and they don't have to spend a week in the hospital like a lot of them do, or months in the hospital. So that's why I'm just asking if there's people out there that I've talked to that about being sponsors or being teams, if they would please consider it, because it does help, not only my family, but hopefully someday your family, if it needs to, if it has to be done. And I'm very proud of the way my son has been handling this. I see what the medication does to him, and just by looking at him, I'm very proud of him. He does an awesome job. I don't know if I could handle everything that he's going through. His dad works a lot, and I've learned to slow down and enjoy my kids and enjoy my wife. So.
10 years ago, when I came to work for the American Cancer Society, the treatments and the protocol that you have right now, Jesse, was not available. And I didn't know anything about cancer then. I didn't know that Hodgkin's disease or non-Hodgkin's lymphoma were even cancer. And I think there are a lot of people who are watching your video who don't know anything about cancer. But they know that they care about you, and they love you, and they want to do something to fight back. And we've visited with your family here today, and I am just so blessed and so honored that your family wanted me to be part of your video. You're the first child I've ever come to see at Mott Children's Hospital. I didn't have the courage to do that before. But you know what? We're doing everything we can possibly do to help, even if it's just saving pop bottles and donating the money to research. We're doing whatever we can, and I just love you guys so much, and I'm honored to have you as our volunteer chairpeople for the first ever Relay for Life in Tecumseh.
He's already been up here for 5 days. For 1 week, and he's up here for 5 days. He'll get out the day before Christmas Eve on Friday. So hope to go home and spend the weekend together as a family for Christmas.
The things I miss the most right now is going to church and going to school and seeing my friends.
As you know, the American Cancer Society Relay for Life is a community event that engages families and their friends in the fight against cancer in their own neighborhoods. And so we're delighted this year to have a relay in the Lenawee Northeast corner that will be right here at the Tecumseh football field on May the 12th and 13th. Let's hear from Marcy and Jesse as we talk about how you can become involved.
In September, I sent a letter to my principal asking him if I could raise money for Relay for Life. At the Tecumseh High School, I got all different kinds of fundraising ideas from different students, and I put those all together in different monthly challenges. And then I had this idea that maybe I can get all the schools involved with Relay for Life in Lenawee County. I thought this challenge would be a great way to bring students together for a good cause of helping others. I'd like to introduce Marcy Brown, who has been with me through all my chemotherapy treatments and has been there for me when I needed her. She's been like a second mom to me. And Marcy, why you Relay?
Jesse, thanks for asking. And Relay for Life has been a part of my life, and I've been involved for about the last 6 years. And the reason I relay is because it's an opportunity to make a difference in people's lives. And I think anytime we're given that opportunity, there's no reason we shouldn't take advantage of that opportunity. And it's people like Jesse who I've been able to observe him go through this challenge and then see how the American Cancer Society is a part of that and has helped him and many others like him. My commitment 6 years ago started with being a chair of the finance committee, and then last year for the first time I was asked to help with the fundraising efforts and finding sponsors, and we have many businesses in our community who we certainly thank for their sponsorship and their fundraising efforts. I think in the past a lot of businesses think that sponsorship is the only way, and it's really not. It's just one of several ways that they can become a part of that. For example, you could as a business form a relay team. You can become just an individual donor within the places of employment. You or maybe some of your employees would like to do an individual donation. We're going to be asking the businesses around town if they would like to just simply provide Luminaria forms for them or their employees to take, so that at the event, if you've never been there, where they announce the names of people that it is in memory of. It's a very special, touching time and a good way to remember those people. Just actual business fundraising. We had several businesses who didn't form a team, maybe were not a corporate sponsor, but they did fundraising efforts. They held their own bake sales, they put out jars just like Jesse talked about, and that's a very simple way to do something. And then another way that we would love to have anybody's help is if you would like to volunteer to join the committee for Relay for Life, just as I did 6 years ago. And then of course the final way is to become a corporate sponsor. So I look forward to meeting with some of the business owners just as I did last year, and we appreciate everybody's help in joining in against this fight against cancer.